Hi, my lovely people. Section 107 fair use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we are here to do. Please don't go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only, sometimes a little educational, but it's my opinion and my opinion only. So, baby, welcome to Messy Monday. Y'all know what today is. It's Monday. These YouTube streets have been on fire all freaking weekend. These mommies are going bananas. So, today is the day that we going to talk about it. We just going to start right here, right? We going to start right here. It's not about you, Peach. Not everything is about you. Now, y'all have seen it, right? For the past, week or so, Peach has been going down memory lane. She's been showing her birth, her prom, her clubbing days, her old hairstyles when she was natural, when she was thin, when she was young, when she is old. Like, she's been doing all this memory lane stuff, and she's been real shady doing the memory lane things. Like, for instance, with the prom picture, she did a voiceover showing her prom picture and it's in her community post. And the very first thing that she says is, I remember the prom when I had to pay $100 to borrow my cousin's Buick. And there was nobody around, no family, no mama, no daddy. Talking about she bought everything from the prom. She had to make, alterations to her dress, shading her mother and father, saying they were never around, they didn't raise her. So y'all know what this is building up to, right? It is building up to, let me diss my mama, let me diss my daddy. Also, let me show y'all how me and Wood are going through things and been through things and all these kids I've had. And I kept thinking to myself, why is she doing this? Well, eventually, as the weekend goes on, now I'm seeing why she's going down memory lane, because Peach is trying to bite off something that's going on with someone else. Now, I'm going to say this. We're going to get into it. A lot of this stuff that I'm talking about is on Instagram and has not made it over to YouTube yet. So like I tell you guys, Peach will post on Instagram and do all of this wonky, wishy content over there that she won't bring to YouTube because for some reason she wants the people of YouTube to think she's oh so innocent. She's a book reader. She's an author. She's a struggling mom. That's what she wants them to believe. So let's go ahead and get right into topic. There is a young lady out here, and I'm using the term young lady because I really want to call her other words, but it's like a more Lex. If you don't know who this is the woman that had 5 children and just decided to turn them over to CPS. She says she's been raising them since she was 15 years old. Her oldest was 11. Her youngest was 3. She claims that she was having no help from any family members. The fathers weren't around. She was very, 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 very upset. And she claims she's in college and she's going to school and she don't catch a break. So she decided that she was going to go give her kids a CPS because she was done. She said that she loves her kids, but she's tired of them. She's also been doing interviews to say that, hey, she was thinking about before having them that she was going to abort them, but she just didn't. I mean, it's a lot entangled in this woman, okay? The bottom line of it is, yes, everyone, we are happy that she decided to turn them over before it ended tragic, right? Before it ended like we see a lot on the news of mothers doing horrendous things to their children. I'm happy that she handed them off, but I'm not giving her a pass and I'm not giving her anything because at the end of the day, if you're 15 and you realize you had a baby at 15 and that was hard and you continue to make 5 more after that and you continue to make it with the same men, with the same issues, the same problems, and think that you're going to get a different result, then that's on you. You knew when you had the first one that it was hard, so you should have stopped right then and there and you should have not thought about it and you should have went on with your life. But these women don't have half a brain half the time. So they continue, like Peach, to keep on popping out children, thinking it's going to keep a man, get some attention, and do everything else. But with all of that being said, Peach is now going to ride this lady's storyline. So Peach has made a series, and I think it's like 5, reels or whatever, where she's talking about this young lady and she's saying, oh, well, I totally agree with what she did. Sometimes you get fed up as a mother. Sometimes you don't have a village. She's spinning it back to herself to diss her mama. Because once again, now Peach is saying how her mother never raised her. She was, pawned off on her grandma. She even said, something really, I'm going to try and say this in my own terms. It's not as heinous as what she said. But she was over there on Instagram talking about that her dad daddy just passed away, but she said my daddy is now dead, and he had all these kids, and he ain't do nothing for them, not even me, and yada yada, and it takes a village. She goes on to also say that people don't want to watch her kids or be around her kids for free. Now, let me just address this, right? As grandparents, as aunties, as uncles, we go out and we get our nieces, nephew, and we get our grandchildren, right? In this situation, Peach, you have to realize you want your mother to keep your children. And I'm going to say this. You want her to keep them while you go on vacation with your husband. You want her to keep them while you go out to the casino and stay all night, all day, and everything else. 7 children are a lot for anyone to take on. That is a big grocery bill. If you decide, hey, I want to take my grandkids somewhere, that's a big bill to fit. Going out to eat with 7 people is a big bill to fit. So yes, if you want someone to keep your 7 children for an extended period of time, you do need to be providing food, activity money, giving those family passes to somebody. It can't always be free, especially if you're going on vacation. You would pay a babysitter in real life to go on vacation. So why not pay your mother or pay your brother or someone who all lives together that can take care of them? Girl, that storyline of having to pay your mama is getting old. And the storyline of your dad having all these kids and not doing anything for you and not being around you, the older that you got and the more he tried to be around you, you told us you didn't want nothing to do with him. You didn't care when he was sick. You didn't care when he was passed. You acted as though you didn't care nothing about him. You also told us that you, okay, look at your mother's husband as your father and he's a great man. But do you not realize when you dissing his wife and dissing your mama that you are creating a divide in between you and him? You also went out and bought your mother's husband and you called him your father a vehicle when you were out here making all this money. You were praising him. So my whole question is, why are you keeping the children away from all of them? If this was a good man to you, wouldn't you think he'd be a good man to your children? A good man that, your children can see, a man that's actually a man that can speak English, a man that can maybe teach them a sport, throw a ball, how to mow some grass, give them some chores. Why are you keeping them away from their grandchildren? I mean, I seriously have all these questions because it just doesn't make sense. She goes on to say in this series that she created her own village, that her money made her be able to create her own village. She said that that's why she takes her kids to before school care, after school care, daycare, day camps. She says that she needs breaks. And if she doesn't have breaks, then she doesn't know what to do with herself as well. She also goes on and says something that I just personally can't get down with. She gets on here and she keeps saying mothers need breaks. Oh, we need breaks to stay sane. That's why I go to the casino. Oh, and everybody in the household, they need to contribute or else it doesn't work. Girl, everything and advice that you giving everybody, it doesn't work for everyone. First off, I don't mind being a mother. Yes, being a mother means that you have to sometimes put yourself last and put other things first. But in this instant right here, honey, you're walking around telling everybody that you got a husband and 7 kids. You also walking around telling everybody that your oldest son is some mogul. He's a media mogul. He's this and he's that. Girl, half the stuff that you're doing with the kids that you got now, them kids can be helping you. You sure get a lot of breaks and a lot of times because you put your children are raising their siblings. Do you not see that? So you can't get out here and give someone advice that don't have no help. You got help, right? You have help because you got Gregory McKay. You have help because you have a husband. We can't help that they don't choose to do a dang thing and help you. That's the whole thing. Stop comparing yourself to other women out here on the app. When you get out here and brag about your husband should be doing 50-50. He should be bringing in money. He should be tending to his children and he should be doing the same thing. The woman who gave her children up that you keep trying to lump yourself in with, she don't have a husband. She don't got a boyfriend. She don't got a clue. She don't got nothing. You brag about your husband. We can't help that your husband ain't about 2 pennies or worth a dime. Honey, that's your issue, not ours. To get on here and always clump yourself in with people, you sound like a fool. Every situation that goes on doesn't have anything to do with you. Getting over here reading this Hooked on Phonics Ebonic book that you done wrote and think that you sound smart when you really sound crazy and you really sound delusional It gets me, y'all. It really does. I mean, it really gets to me and grinds my gears when these women say, oh, I got to go and put my kids in daycare and after school care and everything else because I got to work during the day. Peach, your work is content creating. All we do is see you sit and drive around in the car, go to the casino, sit somewhere and smack on meat that look old and dry, sucking on your fingers, them nubs that you bite down to the quick. You get out here and you show yourself walking and looking at realty with your husband. That ain't doing no job. That's something you could do with your children. Maybe you should get all your children out of before and after school care and do some mommy content. Like, being a content creator does not take very much time out of your day. Going out here and acting a fool, getting in fights at hair salons and getting on horses and doing all this, that's stuff you want to do. That's not something that you have to do as a mother. You could be at home teaching the younger children what they need to do and be successful. Get that one up and get them walking. Get the other ones on track. Get everybody in some speech therapy. Do something that shows that you actually are doing something during the day. Stop, y'all. Don't let these women out here use the excuse of, I got to create content. What kind of content is it where you sitting over there at Chick-fil-A smacking and eating up on them daggone burnt up hash browns with all that ketchup and filming other people getting into arguments and everything, or going out here and getting in shenanigans? That's not a job. That's not nothing. You could do that on the daily because you messy and you dirt. All these excuses that Peach keep coming up with just shows. Now she's out here on YouTube begging for money, making songs about wood. Everything's up. Everything's down. Everything's always a big problem in her life, and it's all because of her. But making all these videos saying, yeah, I don't blame her for turning her kids into CPS. Girl, you sound delusional. Peach has plenty of help and Peach has a village. The problem with Peach is you decided that you want to talk about them like a dog, run them down for filth, not let them in, dog them out, use them and abuse them, and now they don't want to come back. You ruined your own village. This is not your situation. It's not about you all the time. Now, y'all, I don't know if you went over and checked out her little CPS Chronicles and everything else that she got on Instagram, but if you didn't, go over and check it out because it's a hot mess and it'll really get your blood pumping with some of this stuff she's saying. Now, she done woke up this morning talking about she real tired of Wood, that he acting like she bleed like he bleed like she bleed every month. So y'all know where this is leading, right? This the family, this the mama, and get the drama going. Now it's Wood turn. This is always the same old cycle with her. But baby, we here for it. Whatever she want to pull out, we here for it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to laugh about it. And we're going to do our thing. Now, I'm so happy that y'all here for Messy Money. Messy Monday. And I thank y'all. Well, I guess it is Messy Money because I'm making a video on being messy and I make money off of it. Who knows? We can say it all, right? Let's get tongue-tied. But y'all, I thank y'all for being here. If you're here, I love you. When you're in the replay, I love you. And we will continue to talk about all this mess. I got to catch up on this content because it's a bit messy. But y'all have a real wonderful and blessed day. And I'll see y'all later. Toodles.